Welcome back to the Japanese inscrutable society. To give the answer to understand whole the picture of Japan, I explained these aspects of Japan previous time. This is the second in the program. Current affairs, land, nature, history, culture, society, economy, education, politics, government, judiciary, imperial system, constitution, energy, national security, tourism, sports, food, folklore, non-Japanese, social security, health. These are the things to disclose what is Japan. But how can a private person can do all these works? Even single subject like politics, economy, education, history, culture, you need a whole your lifespan to deepen the knowledge or experience or views of specific point. How come these, including energy, national security, tourism? It's impossible in ordinary way because our life is only a single lifespan. You can't live 200, 300 years. So how to make this possible is to get the help from media, particularly newspapers. All these items, you can tell anything. Japan is a freedom of speech, guaranteed by constitution. But fact check is most important. Fact check by individual person over all these things, impossible. But only possible to carry out this task is to get help from media, from newspapers. Japanese newspapers, very reliable and very rigid fact checking. So why not to utilize such existing materials? Which paper you choose is a kind of question. The newspaper, world of newspapers, say in England or in Britain, the Times and some other papers, like a tabloid paper, of course, they are, what are the kind of the criteria or readers? Intelligent, blue colors, maybe read different papers. This is my guess. Maybe some exception. And America, Los Angeles Times, New York Times, or some other papers, probably issued in different part of United States. Maybe the Wall Street Journal, maybe nationwide, but basically papers are all different permissions in different part of the United States, maybe kind of statewide papers. In Japan, we have nationwide papers and local papers. 5 nationwide papers and many prefectural-based newspapers. At least 1 or 2 local papers within the prefecture. National newspapers, you have a choice out of 5 papers. They are actually delivered every day. There are local delivery paper, newspaper the agent they every morning, maybe around 4 a.m. and for morning, and around 3:30, 4 o'clock for evening edition. But anyway, more than 90% of Japanese, if they get the paper, subscription basis, then they deliver the paper. Japanese, almost all the household, nearly all household, used to purchase the papers. Maybe 30, 40 years ago, 3,500, 4,000 yen, something like this, about $30, $40 or something like this. Today, 4,500 yen to 5,000 yen, so about $35, $40 today's currency exchange ratio. But newspapers read by almost all Japanese. When you are on train every morning, some decades ago, gentlemen all read newspapers, and kids read comic books. Maybe other people doing some other things. Maybe Walkman, the 80s, 90s. 1990s, 80s, 90s, the kind of peak of newspaper publication. 1990s, 55 million the papers. 55 million. The Japanese household, the number of household, maybe 60, 65 million or something like this. So almost 90%, 85, 90% of household, they subscribe. Kind of subscription basis, they receive paper every day. 55 million, so about, say, 30 years ago. But today, middle of 2020s, about half, only 25 million. That's a big reduction. 25 million. 55 to 25 million. So about half. 5, I said 5 national papers. 読売、朝日、毎日、産経 and 日経。読売、朝日、毎日、産経。This is a Nikkei. Actually, Nikkei. Probably, if you're interested in that kind of economy, probably you hear this name, Nikkei, many times. Nikkei average is one of kind of criteria, standard on stock market. Full name is Nihon Keizai. Nihon means Japan, Keizai means economy. So this is a Nikkei is like Wall Street journal. So which one to subscribe? The price-wise, maybe Sankei Mainichi is slightly low rates. Yomiuri Asahi about the same. And Yomiuri Asahi at the time until 1990s, only 2 nationwide papers, about 20 million. But today it's about Yomiuri maybe slightly more than 5 million. Asahi maybe slightly lower than 5 million. And Mainichi Sankei also reduced its copies. And Nikkei about somewhere around 1 million, 1.5 million, somewhere around. So that's a big reduction. And rest prefectural-based papers. There used to be more and more papers, local papers, nationwide. At the time of the war, the military government tried to silence, shut up the voices of local papers. So in case of Okinawa, maybe multiple 3 or 4 local papers, but only one allowed to issue. So these are kind of nationwide policies. So number of the actually publishing reduced here and there, and this still remain somewhat. Most of the prefectures, one local paper or 2, something like this. Even though these are national papers, actually very popular all over Japan. But Tokyo has one local paper, Tokyo Shimbun, Tokyo, the newspaper. This Tokyo sounds very big. Tokyo newspaper called Tokyo paper. But because of these major, big, actually publication of nationwide newspaper and many city dwellers, they actually subscribe these nationwide papers. So Tokyo paper quite difficult actually to manage things. But anyway, this which one to take? In case of Japan, prices it doesn't matter, but their editorials, they have a political stance. Yomiuri, this is related to also TV broadcasting company. In nationwide, different zones, different channel numbers. But in case of Tokyo and the Kanto area here, channel 1, 2, NHK. 1, 2, NHK. The 2 is educational. And 4, so these are the link. Yomiuri, channel 4, Asahi 5. These are the political inclination. The Yomiuri, conservative. This is right, left, middle. This is the Yomiuri, Asahi here, and Mainichi, yeah, and Sankei, right. Nikkei, this is the economic review, so Nikkei has no actual stance. But anyway, these are also related to political the stance. Yeah, this is the biggest Japanese paper, LDP, Liberal Democratic Party. here. And Constitution, the Democratic Party, Constitution, Democratic Party here. And Komeito, middle of the way. Yeah. Used to be, until a couple months ago, they are allied, ruling government party. So this is the Communist Party. And Nippon Ishin is now, after Komeito left the LDP, now Ishin no Kai, they joined this place. So Ishin here. And there is a Democratic Party for people. There used to be, they are same party, Democratic Party, but they split. So Democratic Party of people now getting this area right, and so these are the kind of the political division, and which one you read. If you are conservative, maybe you prefer to read Yomiuri, but if you are liberal, maybe prefer to read Asahi and Mainichi. I've been subscribing Asahi paper longer than 3 decades. When I decided which one to read, I went to library, and the library has all papers. So I started reading Sankei, 10 minutes to finish, and then Mainichi, 20 minutes, that's enough. And Yomiuri, half an hour or so. So they are not particularly attract me. But when I read the Asahi newspaper, it took more than 1 hour. It's so exciting articles. So I decided to subscribe Asahi newspapers. So these things I need to actually make commentary based on fact finding, very important. And even though political stance different, the Japanese papers are very rigid on the fact check. So I actually I'm going to rely on. This is a Asahi Shimbun. Shimbun means newspaper. Asahi means asa means morning. He means sun. So rising sun, if you translate. So all these the difficult items to make a commentary in ordinary way, it will be very much facilitated. Some of the confidence to explain based on the newspaper's article, not SNS. SNS from fake news, many different. They're interesting, exciting, but they are many of them are not fact based. So fact check, they are doing a great job. So we are going to based on these Asahi newspaper. Most of the cases, there are some other materials to explain or to deepen our understanding into the core of Japanese society. So this is the second material. Next one come very soon. So また会いましょう。